Hello, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. How are you doing? This has been a long time coming. I haven't done a video since the Frank Zappa stuff that I got a while back. Um, so this is basically what it says. It's going to be Toya Anthem unboxing and more. But I decided instead of jumping right into the Anthem album, I would basically just go into chronological order. Um, Everything Toya that I own. So we're going to do the four Cherry Red Records sets, and then the two Edsel box sets, and then her two newest ones, and then we're going to go back to something from the 80s or 90s. I can't remember what year the very last thing came out. It looks like 1991. So, just like Kate Bush, Toya, for some reason, and I'm very particular of female singers, so in my younger years, there weren't a lot of female singers that I really enjoyed. And the older I get, the more open-minded to things, different vocal styles. And you have to admit that Toya and Kate Bush, for that matter, are very acquired tastes for singers. With Toya, I always had Sunday All Over the World, and for a brief time I had Ophelia's Shadow, and those two I thought were really good. For some reason I don't have Ophelia's Shadow anymore before I got a certain box that you will see later, but so it took me a long time to decide whether or not I was going to get into the Toya stuff, and these really helped kind of make up my mind as to whether I wanted them or not, because usually when I listen to like behind the story or making of or whatever and track by track listings, it gives me a better insight as to what the songs are about, how they were created and things. And just, there's a point where I didn't like Opeth, and then I saw a making of album, and I became a huge fan after that. So I am really enjoying these. I really can't speak too much of the music yet because they are still so new to me. I will tell you about the kind of screw up that I did a couple years ago or a year and a half ago, and how I finally was able to correct that wrong. So what do we have? We have Cherry Red Records, Sheep Farming in Barnet by Toya, the band. So even though Toya was the singer in Toya, the band, they called the band Toya, but yet it wasn't a solo project. So that might confuse some, but it makes sense, I guess. I take these stickers off and put them in a spot where I should have probably put this one up here, but I like these little stickers that come on the cellophane when you get them, and I've decided to keep most of them. I just did on a Bill Nelson Red Noise CD today too. So here you have Toya and the rest of the band, and I believe that's the rest of the band. This is a 3-disc set, and what you get, let's show you here. You get the full album plus bonus tracks. Well, let's show you this. The full album plus bonus tracks. Then you get the rare and archival material. Spaceward Studios 78, and from May and December. So those are demos. Chapel Studios, May through June 79. Those are alternate mixes. Roller Studios, October 97. Also demos. And so you get the Toya interview from 2020, the story behind the album and the track-by-track commentary. Acoustic sessions from 2020. Neon Womb is one of my favorite songs on here. That's one that stands out so far. What's On in 79, Race Through Space, and Toya Interview, and the Old Grey Whistle Test from 1980. So not only do you get 3 discs worth of stuff, you get a lot of great liner notes. I will just let you see. I'm not even sure if I read these yet. I did for Anthem recently. But the one thing that I really wish Cherry Red would do, and I know it's a matter of, I don't know, either money or copyrights or something like that. I wish they would include lyrics. I mean, I will probably only read lyrics once, but let's face it, I am a stickler for lyrics. So that is Sheep Farming in Barnet. And here we have Toya, 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 which is a 2-disc live set, live concert album, specially recorded at Wolverhampton, Lafayette for inclusion in the ATV documentary Toya. So you get the feature-length documentary directed by Graham Moore, snapshots the career of Toya Wilcox in 1980, originally broadcast December 18th, 1980 on network ATV, includes concert footage of Dance Insects, Aia, and promo video style footage of Neon Womb and Blue Meanings. So you get the whole album plus 4 bonus tracks. And gosh, I'm not even sure. Oh yes, I remember watching this documentary. So you get that, and then, of course, this is why I called it the Anthem unboxing and more discography, or whatever I call this video, because I figure this is a way for people to know exactly what they get in the packaging. I remember when Toya did the unboxing for her solo box set, and excuse me, she kind of flipped through the book like this, and I was like, oh no, please show me every page. I will show you every page. And here we have the Blue Meaning. So with this one, sorry, I'm trying to read it away from behind the camera here. You get CD1 with the whole Blue Meaning album, plus a lot of bonus tracks. Some previously unreleased things, like Silence Won't Do, Jack and Jill, and these sessions versions of songs. Then disc 2 is the rare and archive material, live at ICA London, September 80, Parkgate Studio in 1980, Parkgate Studio July of 80, Blood Donor featuring Toya Wilcox, Eel Pie Studios, November 80. So you get some alternate vocals, some instrumentals. All of these are demos, previously unreleased. 4 out of the 5 are. And then the DVD is, again, story behind the album, track by track commentary by Toya, acoustic sessions 2022, or no, 2020. So I'm assuming it's the exact same tour. Friday night, Saturday morning, 1980. So I wonder how many songs they did on that acoustic session. Because you got 3 on this one. And then you have 3 on that. Let's go to the album of the day, Anthem. One of the crazy things about these packages is sometimes the spines start rolling a little bit like that. These ones are pretty good, but I have some Bebop Deluxe that kind of saw better days. So we're going to actually start first by talking about the actual album. So you get the actual album plus bonus tracks. What is that? 12 through 20? So is that 1, 2, 4, 6, 9? Yeah, 9 bonus tracks. There were only 11 tracks on the actual album originally. So then you get the rare archival material, Thunder in the Mountains single. That was a 3-disc single, or 3-song single, that I think was released maybe before this. I can't remember. You find out on this interview. Live at Paris Theater in April 1981. Marquee Studios 81, and Marquee Studios also 81. So this is December through April, and July through August. One other thing that I think is interesting on this album is between Blue Meaning and Anthem, everybody except for let me find his name. I'll just put that right there. So everybody except for, it was Joel Bogan? Yeah. So everybody except for Joel had left. They got Nigel Glocker, who after this went on to be the drummer of Saxon, and I don't think he's ever left Saxon since. But they also got Adrian Lee and Phil Spalding. So Toya went off to do a show, a TV show, I believe, or a movie. I cannot remember. And wait, my DVD is in my DVD player still. They started writing music. I believe it was Nick Tauber. He put the new Toya band together after the heartbreaking disbanding of Charlie Francis, Steve Bray, and Pete Bush in the autumn of 1980. She was in Norwich feeling tales of the unexpected when cassette tapes would start to arrive in the post from the new lineup of Joel Bogan, Nigel Glocker, Adrian Lee, and Phil Spalding. From the studio, they were sending highly developed backing tracks for her to write the vocal line, and everyone a winner, all using the latest electronic sound technology. So, yeah, so she was away, not even working technically with this band, with Joel kind of probably heading everything along with Nick Tauber, because I believe Nick originally produced this. Let's find out. Yep. I can't remember who Nick Tauber is famous for producing, but so let's look at this again. Sorry, everyone. So we already made it through here. So we have the Toya interview, story behind the album, and track-by-track commentary. And then you get the Electro-Acoustic Sessions 2021, promo videos, Top of the Pop performances, and BBC television appearances. One thing I was going to... No. I Want to Be Free. What a fantastic song. I will admit, I cannot point out which song I liked the best on Blue Meaning. I've only listened to it once. As I said, it's taken me a long time to get into Toya, and I don't want to talk about the music without kind of full knowledge behind it. I might do a follow-up video once I know all the music a little better. But so with this, again, you get a lot of great photos, great liner notes. The liner notes on this one I did read, and it's very interesting that she felt that this was kind of her commercial, I can't remember exactly what she said, more like pulling away from that kind of odd underground and becoming more commercial, and honestly thinking that her career was over. She thought this album was career suicide, and boy, was she wrong, because I Want to Be Free ended up being huge. I mean, they got on Top of the Pops for this album, just skyrocketed after that. So there are, this just came out, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they have already announced a Toya live in Japan. I think it's coming out November 25th, and it's going to be another 3-disc set like this, which is interesting because I've looked at her Discogs, and I don't see that show was ever released previously, which I'm super stoked for. So, yes, so hopefully one day I will be able to talk at length about every song on these, but right now, this is just an unboxing, and if I knew more about every song and which ones were my favorite and stuff like that, I am just really discovering Toya right now. And at age 50, discovering an artist like this is just awesome. I listen to some new stuff, and it doesn't excite me as much as rediscovering these albums, and especially with all of this extra stuff just remastered and just repackaged. These are like the definitive collections. So I'm so glad I started buying these. So here is the weird error in my ways. I will start with this box set first. So Bill Rieflin, I have always thought is a great drummer. His time in PIL, REM, strangely enough, and when he was in King Crimson. I did not realize this project existed until after Bill had passed away. And originally, these were called The Humans. So, at least, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really jump into a lot of research before I do a video sometimes. But I believe it wasn't called Toya and the Humans. I think they were just called The Humans. And then when they did this box set, they decided to call it Toya and the Humans. And this box set is Noise in Your Head. So I picked this up. Let me kind of place that right there so you always can see what we are looking at. What is this? Oh, so that was the little sticker that came with it. The 4 CD plus DVD anthology of Toya and the Humans complete works includes 3 studio albums and previously unreleased home demos, full live album, concert film, promo videos, 2019 recording of 21st Century Schizoid Man, plus sleeve notes from Toya. So, this is dedicated to Bill Rieflin. And so this is Toya, Bill, and I need to know who that other guy's name is. I'm sorry. I should have really done a bit more research for this. Well, this person, I do not know his name. So let's look at the albums. We Are the Humans, plus bonus tracks, which is awesome. Some of the stuff features her husband, Robert Fripp. Sugar Rush. I don't know if I have these in order of release, but I think I do. Strange Tales. So that's 21st Century Schizoid Man. I think I'm showing you these in order. Live at Scala London. That's from 2010. And the DVD, Live at Trading Boundaries. Just give you a look at one of the discs. So, 4 albums plus live DVD. And then in the booklet, you get some pretty cool photos. A lot of liner notes by Toya herself. I was not able to see King Crimson before Bill passed away. I do have the live DVD, couple live DVDs, I believe. Yeah, I think there's one where Jeremy Stacy is playing drums. Yep. See, they were called The Humans, not Toya and the Humans. I know some people out there were kind of irritated with that, but when you're creating kind of like a discography packaging and stuff, I like the fact that it's called Toya and the Humans, because it might have not been on my radar otherwise. Chris Wong is the guy who I do not know. So Toya Wilcox, Chris Wong, and Bill Rieflin. I saw Chris Wong's name before, but I didn't want to identify. So, if you were on the fence of whether you should get this or not, I would say yes, you should, because when I got this, it was brand new. It had just come out in 2020. And I decided, yeah, that's all I need. That's all the Toya I need, except for Sunday All Over the World. And I decided not to get this. Toya Solo Box. Decided to get this, enjoyed it. put off getting this until it was absolutely impossible to find. I put a order in March or May or something like that to Amazon. I believe it was Amazon UK. And they kept on saying, we're going to let you know when this is available. We're going to let you know when this is available. And then a few days later, it said, this is out of stock or unavailable to buy if you wanted to buy it. But my order was still open, like they're waiting for another shipment of these to come. The shipment never came. So I was looking on Amazon again, and I saw that someone in Canada had a used, but listed as like new, excuse me, copy of it. And this thing came in probably like 6 days tops. Perfect packaging. Everything looked great. Even the sticker was still available for me to put. They had stuck it on the front here. So what do you get with this? You get, I believe they are all remastered versions of Minx with the bonus tracks, Desire bonus tracks, Prostitute, Ophelia's Shadow. As I said, I used to have that with bonus tracks. Take a Leap with the bonus tracks. Then she has a disc of Rare, Remixed, and Revisited, which are a lot of demos. Velvet Line Shell, which originally was only a 6-song EP, and this with the bonus tracks turns into 14 songs. And then there's promo videos for Don't Fall in Love, I Said, Soul Passing Through Soul, Echo Beach, Fallen, Sensational, and a bonus feature, Interview. Toya talks about her solo albums, which I have yet to watch because I've been listening to these, and oh my gosh. So this is a lot to get through. I just got it, what was it? Thursday? I ordered it last Friday or Saturday, and it came Thursday. And comes in this nice box like this. Not, I mean, this is the size of a regular CD, so this is going to fit well. And unlike some of those Zappa CDs where they are the size of vinyl, quit doing that. So what do you get in this? Each of them comes in the miniature sleeves, and they will actually say the bonus tracks. I hate when they decide to make these miniature sleeves and just photocopy the original and don't give you any of the track listings. So just a look at the artwork for each of these. I was getting to the point where I was going to start looking for each album individually because I didn't think I was ever going to get this. Here's an interesting thing. Paul Beavis and Trey Gunn were in the band at this point. I can't remember the guitarist's name, but we will get to that when we look at the booklet. So yeah, and Fripp is on this. So this was part of a trilogy. I think Prostitute was part 1, and I believe, we'll talk about this later, Sunday All Over the World was part 2, and Ophelia's Shadow was supposed to be part 3 of said trilogy. Take a Leap. Toya Velvet Line Shell. You know it's Toya. I don't know why I'm... Oh, hello. Hi, Toya. She is stunning. Oh, my gosh. Shoot, what did I go over? Oh, this was the rarities, the promo video. So what do you get on this? Don't fall in love, I said. Oh, I already talked about that. Forget it. Oh, she looks so cute. Anyway, so this is what Toya kind of did when she showed it, and I was like, dang it, Toya, I want to know what's in that booklet, because I was hoping for lyrics. I was not given lyrics, but I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting the albums to be quite as enjoyable as like the earlier stuff, where she was more what's the word, kind of no limits. Those first two albums are just kind of like crazy, like punk, new wave, like outer realm of what was going on musically and just creating their own stuff. But Minx, what's the one song that I really like on Minx? Don't Fall in Love, I said, and Soul Passing Through Soul. And then she does a cover of Sympathy by Rare Bird, which I thought was awesome. So lots of photos, lots of liner notes, with credits. And then she talks about each album in the liner notes. I'll try to go through this a little faster. We got to get to Ophelia's Shadow because we need to find out what that guitarist's name is. Here's the crazy thing. So these were on EG. I'm hoping they do a reissue of Sunday All Over the World. I mean, I do have it, but come on. So you get Tony Gaballe, Gaballe. I think he was a crafty guitarist. I'm not 100% sure, though. You do get a little Fripp on here on 2 tracks. Gordon Haskell intro on the first song, and Keith Tippett keyboards on number 10, which is crazy. It's like, well, you got 3, well, technically 4 if you count Trey Gunn, King Crimson members on one album. It was planned as part 2 of the trilogy, Prostitute being number 1, and was made during a more settled period in my life. Yeah, I believe the Sunday All Over the World was part 3. All right, we'll keep going. Hopefully people enjoy these unboxings. I know when I was looking for the, looking at getting the Peter Murphy box set, I could not find out what exactly was in it. And looking at the Discogs listing and looking at the, sorry, got distracted there. Looking at the actual item, you couldn't tell what the heck was in it. And so that's why I try to make these more thorough, there's a sticker again, unboxings, because I know there's probably 1 or 2 other people out there who are like, shoot, what is in that booklet? Please show it to me. So, all right, and the last 2 or 3 things that I have in the Court of the Crimson Queen. This is a reissue that Edsel did, and I can't remember when the original came out. This is a 2-disc set. Also has a very hefty booklet. with a lot of lyrics. I should say all the lyrics. I just don't know exactly what they added from the original. I'm sure somebody will correct me and let me know and stuff like that. There's always somebody. And her newest one, when did this come out? This 2021. Pop Posh. I have not even listened to this yet. I don't think so. Let's see. I did not get... There's a DVD version, I believe, with the whole thing in 5.1, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. It was like twice as much, so I decided to just go with the single disc version. I believe Robert Fripp is not credited as Robert Fripp. I believe. Oh no, I did listen to this because I really liked "Kill the Rage." Was that the song? I'm horrible with "The Bride Will Return." I saw the video of that, and then "Kill the Rage." Yeah, I believe I watched videos of all these. I've listened to a lot of stuff this year, so yeah, I thought he was going by Robert Wilcox on here or something like that. Maybe not. But anyway, let's get to the very last thing, the one that I know the most about, Kneeling at the Shrine. So this one came out in 91, about 3 years before I started, 3 or 4 years, because it was like 95, I think, that I started really getting into King Crimson. And I ended up seeing them on the Thrack tour. But this I have owned now 2 or 3 times, because I think I had it on vinyl. I knew I had a CD version of this, and I probably sold it when I needed money to buy other stuff. And so this is Toya Wilcox, Robert Fripp on guitar, stick and vocals by Trey Gunn, and Paul Beavis on drums and percussion. So you hear some names that are very familiar there. The title track, amazing. Blood Bruise Tattoo, another great song. Kneeling at the Shrine. You know, I remember a lot about this, and I'm not going to revisit it at this point because I have way too much other stuff to look through and to listen to. And so hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do more unboxings. I'm kind of thinking about doing a Bebop Deluxe one now that all of those are out, and the new Bill Nelson's Red Noise. Thank you, Toya, for putting out such awesome music and letting me discover this far, far too late in life, but better late than never. All right. You have a good night.